Mate, you're looking fit. You're looking like you've just run quite a lot of races in Europe, I must say.
I mean, I'm off season a little bit right now, so I'm hopefully going to try and get a bit of fitness back.
Fitness back?
Yeah.
Do you lose it that fast? So that's the thing. Like, how many weeks would you have to take off to lose your running fitness?
Well, probably a week and you'll start to feel it.
Like
you
a
know.
week of no runs, but surely you do like one and then you're back.
So pretty much when I got back from Europe, or when I had my last race in Belgium, and then I had 3 days of no running at all, and then I got back to Perth.
That's a big break for
That's
you.
a lot. That's a lot.
3 days no running.
That's the most in a year you'll get, unless you're injured. But yeah, so 3 days off. I went to Athens, saw my sister, and then went to Greece. Went to Dubrovnik in Croatia.
Very nice.
So that was good.
Just 3 days off running.
That was my 3 day holiday. So I was 9.5 weeks, 70 days, I think, in Europe. And I had 3 days of holiday, which was great because I could smash it all into one little 3 day period. I didn't sleep. I just wanted to party.
I'm going to ask a big question here.
Go.
Was that 3 days enough?
Yeah, because I was cooked by the end of the trip. Like I was missing Perth so much towards the back end. And so I spent one night in Athens and then 2 nights in Croatia. Caught up with some schoolmates and from the run club that we used to go to. Matt Fry, Matt Gillard and Heath Davies.
Yep.
So we were in Croatia together for a couple of nights, and then I did do a little bit of running. I ran up a hill there, which was fun.
But like, is that like a drunk run up the hill during a random night, or is that like a plan? I'm going to run up this hill for fitness.
That was like, well, my day went, we had a big night the first night there, and then the next morning woke up at 6 to go to the beach.
We're getting very niche here.
Yeah, very specific, mate. So
and the beach had a hill?
So Dubrovnik is like probably the coolest city I've ever been in.
Yeah, it's nice.
By
Croatia.
far, because it's like there's a beach, there's an old town, which is like medieval vibes.
They got a good water polo club there.
They do.
That's how niche we're getting.
Yeah. So went to the beach, had a coffee with Maddie, and then went for a run up the top of the hill.
Like when you say like just a hill run, is this like a
So
hill at the top of the street, or is this like a couple kilometers hill?
So Dubrovnik has this really good hill that's like about 3K.
Oh, so it's a decent sized hill. It's not just like
there's a chairlift to go up.
One street, just like a hill you just ran to the top of in 10 seconds and that was it. You actually went for a run.
Yep.
Like you put on your running sneakers and...
Pretty much. I could have gone for a hike, but I said no.
So what you're saying to me, let's just get this straight, is you lied to me when you said you had 3 days off because you've actually gone for a run in this 3 day period.
Yes, I went for a 3 kilometer hike up a hill that I ended up running.
I would count a 3K hill hike run as a proper run.
Yeah.
Like to a novice such as myself, not an elite athlete like you, that is a normal run, especially up a hill, 3 kilometers. So you really only had, and was that the middle day or was that the last day?
That was the last day.
Okay, so you've only had 2 days off.
Okay, fair enough.
Let's establish that. You had 2 days off.
Oh, I did go for a run in Athens though. I ran around the Olympic Stadium. So that was pretty cool.
So basically you had 1 day off.
Yeah.
So you didn't have a break.
Well, break from proper training.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Cool.
If you want to get specific,
Cool.
1 day of no running, get back to Perth and then just do jogging for a week and a half. So that's like 30 minutes.
What's the longest period of time that you haven't run for recently? Like in the last couple of years?
Like a week or something?
Yeah, since you've been taking this seriously.
When I was injured in 2022.
And that was like a couple of weeks off, or?
That was, maybe a week of no running.
And apart from that, you've never had like
a
break?
Pretty much it would be going back to before I started ATHS when I left school.
That's pretty intense.
It's a little bit, but like, I don't know. I feel like it becomes so natural going for a run that it's not even an effort. It's like going for a walk. Like,
yeah, I guess if you're doing zone 2 running, but like anything above zone 2 is still hard, isn't it?
Yeah, but I don't know. I love it. So Yeah,
But like,
to the
okay.
point that I'm in Croatia and I want to go for a run because it's just something I want to love and do, you know?
That is nice, but I will ask, in terms of what you love about it, like do you like enjoy the feeling of running? Do you enjoy getting it done and like being satisfied with doing it? Or like is it just the whole experience you enjoy? Like do you seriously just love running?
I reckon it's the feeling of doing something that you can only do it because you're good at the sport. Like I reckon if I was jogging really, really slow, I'd hate it. And I think that's what everyone hates about running when they start, because you can't do it well. But once you're running like at a pace that is easy and you can breathe, it just feels like you're going for a walk. Then you can like enjoy it.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty big.
Because I would argue that a lot of people never do zone 2 running and always are sitting in like 160 heartbeat plus and then hate it because they're not fit and they're not good at it. But if they just slowed down and got in that 120 to 140 zone 2 range and did it with a friend chatting, it's actually enjoyable. It's like going for a hot girl walk.
Most people that go do exercise, if they're doing a walk and they're not like trained, they will be in zone 2 on that walk.
Really?
Like, yeah. If it's a pacey walk. That's why walking is a good way of getting fitter.
I hate walking.
I hate it too.
I'll be honest. If I'm going to go for a walk, I might as well just run.
Yep. That's what I believe.
I don't get it.
Yep. Why would I go for a hike when I could run up?
Unless you got like okay, I see where you're going with that. But unless you got like a dog or something and then you have to walk the dog, like, or you're injured or you're really tired. Like I went for a walk a week and a half ago for the first time. Like I did like a 2K walk, which actually takes a while because walking to running, it takes a lot longer.
It's boring because it takes too long, in my opinion.
Yes. But where I'm going with this is like I did the walk and it was just a weird experience. It was boring. There's just 2Ks of like, because if I ran that, it'd be like 10 minutes, maybe 11 minutes, 12 minutes for a slow-mo like me compared to yourself. But
it's not that different.
But yeah, the walk took like, I think it was like, would have been 20 to 30 minutes in that range. And I did it because I just had a major nose surgery.
I remember bumping into you.
Yes.
That's when we said we should come back on.
Yes. So
we were at Woodlands IGA.
This is actually my first day recording back since the surgery, which was on 27th of August.
True.
And I saw you on the 29th of August on my birthday with the big nose bandage on. Did I have the nose bandage?
Yeah, you did.
I did. And I was on a lot of drugs, like the tapentadol. They were like, you take that tapentadol, you take 50 milligrams, 2 50 milligram tablets every 4 hours. That's a lot of synthetic opioids.
That is a lot.
A lot of synthetic. And
that would not be legal for me.
I'm not one. Well, if you had a major surgery, I reckon you could get exempt and be allowed to do it.
Yeah.
I was only meant to be on it for like 3-4 days. And look, I'm not a very big person when it comes to drugs and alcohol. And it was my birthday on the 29th and I took it for the first 2 like 4-hour cycles of the day. We're getting niche into this one as well. Okay. And then I was like, you know what, it's my birthday. I'm going to go walk down because I can't really do anything. I've just had a major nose surgery. I got all these stitches and splints in my nose. I had splints in my nose that took out, which I didn't even realize until he took them out, like in the post-op a week and a half later. It was nuts. And like my whole sinuses was blocked for those first 2.5 days. Couldn't breathe out of my nose, couldn't sniff, couldn't blow. I was just having a bad time on my birthday. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go walk down to my local bookshop on my street, buy a book and go read my book at a pub on a random Friday afternoon by myself.
And then you saw me.
No, that was in the morning. I saw you in the morning when I was in the thick of it. KSI reference. When I was on the hunt for more nose Band-Aids because I ran out because I was bleeding through them because I had to flush my nose out with a sinus thing every 4 hours and then I'd have to get a new Band-Aid and the hospital only gave me like 6. How's that meant to last me for a week? You know what I mean? And none of the places had them either. So I ended up ordering them on Amazon because Amazon has everything. Anyways, where I was going with that, I went to the local pub afterwards with my new book and I sat there and I was like, okay, I'm going to read this book. Because of those drugs I was on, those pain meds, it took me 20 minutes to read one page.
Wow.
20 minutes to read one. And then I was just like, you know what? I'm not taking these drugs again. I want to be able to function.
Bit strong. Yeah.
So then I, like 2.5 days in, cold turkeyed it instead of finishing the 4-day like subscription. So I got the pills left over. I might flush them down the toilet or something, you know?
Probably.
Do the right thing. where was I going with that? Oh, so that's why I went for a walk.
Yeah.
And yeah, the walk was pretty boring, I'll be honest. But at the same time, if it's early in the morning, if there's a bit of sunlight, it's kind of nice. It's kind of nice, but
I prefer to be playing golf.
I'd rather slow jog.
I'd rather walk when I'm playing golf.
There's a time and a place. There's a time and a place.
I've learned something about myself when I was on this trip, and I can't sit around and do nothing. I have to do something.
Otherwise you drive yourself insane.
When we were Dubrovnik, I couldn't do nothing in the day. Like, we just wanted to chill out, but I was like, nah, I got to do something. So ran up the hill, had a coffee, had some food up the top of the hill. It was unreal. We then went up there later at night, sunset drink. It's perfect.
There's something about a scenic run as well.
Yeah.
Have you ever run really early in the morning?
Back in the day when I started running, I'd have to do like some 5:30 jogs.
So when I did my random Mara earlier this year at 3:30 a.m. on a Monday, running at 3:30 a.m. where it's only like very few lights on, the city lights on that I could see from where I'm living at the moment, running across that bridge in Leederville over the highway. So nice and peaceful, like scenic, because it's all quiet. There's no cars around. All the lights are on. All the building lights in the city are on. Like, it was actually really cool.
Yeah.
That's like the one thing that I miss about a 3:30 a.m. run.
Well, I reckon I get annoyed when there's too many people around. So I found...
It's because you're too fast, so it's too hard to weave around them on the path.
True. I found I run every morning at like 8 a.m. now, and there's less people.
And you get to sleep in.
And I get to sleep in. But that's the thing I hated about Europe. There was too many people.
When you're trying to run in Europe?
Yeah. Like, I mean, pretty much.
Any cool places you ran?
Lots.
Like, apart from tracks, but actual cities you ran through?
So do you want me to tell you where I went?
Yes.
Okay. So I did a week first. Pretty much everywhere I went was for a race. So
in anticipation for uni games, for context for the audience.
Yeah. So that was in like week 6 of the trip, the uni games.
Yep.
So I raced.
And it was a 9-week trip, you said?
Yeah, just over 9. So I basically did racing, World Unis, and then a little bit of racing afterwards.
Why are you racing afterwards? Why wouldn't you just take the holiday, mate?
Well, I mean, I wanted to keep running.
You psychopath.
Nah, like, I'd honestly, it's where I'm feeling the best when I'm racing. Like, that is the perfect life of running, like where you just get to race all the time.
Yeah.
And that's a good attitude to have, I reckon. If you want to be, if you want to be good, you got to love it.
But how long can you be peaking to be racing in terms of fitness?
Well, that's the point. So I started track last year. So the season started in October. So I basically did 10 months of track, which is way too long. And I did peak for World Unis.
Like, you timed it right?
Yeah, it was good. I ran really well at World Unis, but then, the last 2 weeks after that, like, we're naturally going to be a bit tired. But so basically I went to Northern Ireland for the first week.
Yep.
That was great. So I was running there. I was with 2 others from my training squad. We just stayed in a nice house and pretty much ran trails every day. It was amazing.
Like scenic trails?
Scenic trails in kind of woodlands, but they were like, there was cows just like roaming on these trails as well.
So scenic.
It was, it's just green everywhere. It was actually a bit depressing when we got there because it was pissing down with rain and
you ran in the rain.
It was cold. Surely. Yeah, we obviously got to do it, mate. No excuses.
David Goggins, yeah.
But no, we ended up running in like freezing cold conditions. And I was like, this is not the Europe summer that I was told I was going to have. And it was literally colder than Perth winter when I got there. It was horrible. But the running was amazing. Like, trails were awesome. It just kept going for ages.
You'd have to do a lot of laundry if it's raining a lot, hey? Because your clothes are just getting wet and stinky.
Yeah, we won't talk about how much laundry I did in that trip because it's pretty minimal.
Oh, no. I just had on a guy this morning that was talking to me about the climbing Mount Blanc in Europe. And he was saying, and I was asking him, like, how, if you're backpacking and you've got a like 70-litre backpack with all your clothes for the whole like trip, how are you managing like your changes of underwear and laundry and stuff? And he was like, it's not great.
Yeah, it's grim. But anyway, so I was in Northern Ireland. We went out for a day trip out to the where they shot the Game of Thrones actually.
Cool.
So that was really cool. It was up on the coast.
Do you know which part of like Game of Thrones? Like the
It would have. Oh, I can't remember. I haven't watched in a while.
Westeros, like where the big city was, maybe.
No, that's where I was in Dubrovnik.
Is that Westeros?
Where the King's Landing is Dubrovnik's old town, which is where we stayed. So I stayed in that.
Cool, very cool.
So yeah, Northern Ireland, we went out to, I forget what it's called, Giant's Causeway is what it's called. And really scenic, just like beaches, but massive cliffs all around.
I think I've seen that. I think
you
I've
would have seen.
Other people I've known that have gone to Ireland have still read that.
Yeah. So that was great. Also went to a really good restaurant in Northern Ireland because I was, the day before when I went to the barber, I've been going to the barber in Swanbourne for probably 10 years now.
We've established this on the podcast. You can't cheat on your barbers unless you cheat with yourself.
No.
That's okay.
So I had to go to a different barber when I was in Europe, obviously. But anyway.
Did you ask him for permission before you left?
I should have. But anyway, so my barber, he said, when I said I'm going to Northern Ireland tomorrow, he was like, oh, I've got family from Northern Ireland. And I was like, no way. And
did he hit you up with them?
So then he hit them up and said, Max is coming. Give him a good feed when he gets there at their restaurant.
Nice.
So it was his cousin that he hasn't seen since a kid. And so I went in and yeah, they were lovely people. She looked after us, had great Guinness pie. It was awesome. So I love.
Cheeky discount?
A little bit. Not much. Oh. Yeah. But that's all right. It's okay. But yeah, so Northern Ireland was great. Ended up running a PB in the 800 meters. So that was pretty cool. So that was the first race. And I was like, yeah, it's good. Good start. Then we went to London for 3.5 weeks. And I had 3 races to do while I was there. So I did a race out in Loughborough. So we had to train up. That was a 1500. Ended up coming second there, running, I think like at the time it was like my second best ever. So that was good. And then a week later, went to another race in London, 1500, ran under 340. So that was my then second best ever. So I knew I was like in good form. And then did one more race where it was like a stacked field. And this was the last race I was going to do before World Unis. And ended up coming 8th, which was a bit disappointing, but it was like a really good lesson of how to run the race.
Against pros.
Against, people who were like all really good quality. So in the field, there were only sub 340 runners. So it ended up, I went into it thinking, all right, I'm going to run a massive PB here.
How many runners in a race?
So there was 15. It was a packed start line.
8th isn't bad, mate.
Oh, it was okay.
Of only sub 340 runners?
Well, it ended up being, I was like going in thinking there was a 334 guy, a couple of 335, 336. I was like, all right, I've got a really good chance to run a PB here if the pace stays honest.
To set the scene, last year when you came on, your PB at the time was what, 344? 348?
341, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, 340.9. But I had only run one of them, and then the next best time was 344.
Yeah.
So
gotcha.
At Nationals this year, I ran 338, so that's my PB. That was really good. And then so ran 340, another 340, and then 339 in the UK races. So it was like good because they were like my next
You're
best.
1 or 2 seconds off, yeah.
Pretty much. But yeah, that race that I came 8th in, there was 7 other guys in front of me, and we were all within 1 second, first to 8th. So I ran 340.8. The winner ran 340.1. It was like such a close finish. So it was a bit of a shame because I would have liked the race to go faster and then I could have run a PB, which would have been good. But it gave me the race experience of not to get caught behind, because the whole point of these races before I went to World Unis was to practice my race tactics. Yeah. So I had 2 second places, so that was good, and then an 8th. So that I learnt from that.
I think you came on just before the Olympics last year, so it would have been July last year, so 13 months ago.
I think the Olympics was just about to start.
Yeah. Yeah, and we were talking about predictions with Jakob Ingebrigtsen.
Well, we can do that again, mate, because the World Championships is on today. It just started.
Oh.
Yeah, today.
Really?
Yeah.
Mate, are you sure you could be here then if the World Cup?
Yeah. I'll watch it later.
The main event won't be till later anyways.
Well, yeah, it's in Tokyo, so it's a good time zone.
So what time's the main event today?
The men's hundreds are on tonight.
Okay, so you're not
The
going to miss it
heats?
for this. Good.
No, it's like later. It'll be like
Yeah, cool.
6 p.m.
Cool.
So the racing in UK was great, really good, but I hated living in London. Like,
Because of the rain and
no, it wasn't too miserable.
the knife crime in the streets.
No, it was actually really hot, like unbearably hot. Yeah, there was a heat wave when we were there. It was like 31, which for them, like we always say that London heat, they're all just weak, but it's a different kind of heat. It's proper hard to deal with. I feel like the humidity's higher.
Is it hard to deal with, or is their city designed
Both.
not to deal with it?
Both. I think
Because I think our cities here are designed to deal with it, which is why we can deal with a 40-degree day like
Yeah.
a 30-degree day there.
well, they've got no aircon. We had
yeah.
to request the Airbnb to give us a fan, which they did, which was good. But the houses just trap heat in them.
That's why a lot of old people in England die when there's heat waves. It's really bad.
No, it's seriously bad. Like we just think, oh yeah, they're weak. Like we can deal with 40
No,
degree
it's just
days.
they're not designed to cope with it.
Exactly. Like I went on the tube and it genuinely felt like 40 degrees. And I went on a bus and they've got no aircon and it's just horrible. So I really hated living there. Also, my hay fever was terrible. So unfortunately this year I'm going to get hit twice with hay fever because I'm feeling it coming on now.
Mate, just
Start of
drink
spring.
less beer. That will fix it.
That will fix it. Okay.
It will. Less wheat. Trust me on that.
And I was having so many beers when I was in Europe. too.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So no, I'm going to get hit twice this year, which kind of sucks. But yeah, living in UK was horrible. I had to drive go on a bus for 40 minutes every day in the morning and in the afternoon for my runs.
To be honest, if it's a 40-degree bus, you're probably in zone 2 just sitting on that bus.
No, you're building up a sweat. You genuinely do.
Yeah, so you'd be in zone 2 on the bus.
Yeah, you don't want to do that all day. But yeah, no, it was not fun to say the least. It was also really expensive.
Yeah, okay.
So when I got out of London, I was pretty happy.
So and the next destination was World Uni Games?
So in between all that, I did have some time, which was great. I went and stayed for 4 nights with some family friends in Cambridge and 4 nights with some family friends in Manchester.
Cool. See any Prem games?
No, I wasn't really there for the sights, unfortunately. But I did a lot of training. Those 8 days, I basically was in between 2 races.
Yeah.
Before the last one in Europe, in the UK.
Yeah.
And I ended up just seeing different towns. Cambridge was awesome. We saw some gypsies riding horse and carts in the street, which was crazy.
There's different types of gypsies in Europe as well.
Yeah, the ones in Cambridge apparently live in the town next door, and they were like 10-year-old kids on a horse and cart driving through the street. It was really weird.
Is it like that movie Snatch with Brad Pitt?
Yeah. So that was good. Marple Bridge was where I stayed in Manchester. That was very cool. It was I ran on all the canals.
Nice.
So they've got canals back from the 16th century they were built. And basically that's how they transported everything pre-railway. So they put things on boats and then just sent it around to get down to Manchester. But they've got all these locks and keys. I don't know if you know what they are.
Locks and keys.
It's like how they change. So like Manchester's hilly. So to be able to have a canal, they have they're called locks and keys, and like you put up a big kind of door on the side. It's kind of like you got river here.
Yep.
Or canal here.
Yep. For the visual listeners,
Yeah.
Max is doing some hand gestures if you want to tune in.
Canal, right? And then canal here. And to get from here to here, they've got a barricade here, which then if you're on a boat coming down,
all right.
If you're
listening to this, Google Lock and Key Manchester.
Yep. So they're all over.
Because I will be doing that after this.
In Scotland, they're there. Like they've got massive lakes where they've got these locks and keys. Like these were small. These were like 100 meters of canal or a couple of 100 meters of canal.
It sounds like some slang for it's just something.
Yeah.
You know? Locks and keys,
Yeah.
you know?
I mean, it's pretty cool. Like it's good engineering, which was interesting to me. Like
Because you're an engineer to be soon.
Yeah. So it was pretty cool to see, and it was all built in a really long time ago.
Yeah.
So no, that was a lot of fun. And then after I left the UK, I went to Belgium.
Which is where the Uni Games was hosted?
No, so I was in Germany.
Okay.
But I went to Belgium for a pacing job. So
Pacing job.
yeah, so I was in a 1500, and like you basically get paid to do it.
To pace other people?
Yeah, so you go to the front of the race, and then you're requested through 800. The manager, the meeting organizer, will say, "We want you to run 153 through 800." So then,
And what's your PB for an 800?
149. So like, I know I can do it. So basically, you just get to the front and you set the pace, and you want to be consistent and hold like a consistent pace.
How do you land that gig?
Fortunately, I had a manager that helped me get that. So
And how much do you get paid to do that?
it was €1,000.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
That's
so
pretty cool.
That was really cool.
You could do that for a career almost.
There are people that do that. But the thing is with pacing, it's kind of a reputational thing. Like
You got a good resume now. You've started.
Well, I've done 2 pacing jobs now. I did Maury Plant, which was in Melbourne. That was where Gout raced in the 200. And I paced the 5K there. That was 10,000 people. So I was at the front of the race.
Did you get paid for that one as well?
No, that was like my first one. So like
Typical Australian stinge.
no, that was like my foot in the door. So it's kind of like you do a favor for them, and then the manager will do a favor for you. So
It's like I'll pat your back, you pat mine
pretty much.
type situation.
So yeah, it was really cool doing that pacing job. There was an awesome atmosphere at this meet. That I got flown in with a hotel, like people at the airport picking you up. They take you into the hotel, food all paid for.
Yeah, right.
Transport to the
You're
track.
a celebrity over there.
Athletics in Europe is a proper sport.
In terms of who you're pacing, who are you pacing?
So there was one of...
Is it like a group of younger kids or?
No, it's all professionals.
And you're pacing professional athletes, like other athletes that are trying to get better, or like are they your age, older than you, younger than you? Like
a mix. So this was a bronze meet. And basically there's professional meets. There's like the Diamond League. Then there's like the World Tour, Continental Tour, which has gold, silver and bronze levels. And professionals race in all of them, but there's also amateurs that aren't like professionally signed with a contract that race in them too. So it's like there's not really a distinction between pros and not pros.
And this was a bronze league event?
This was bronze. So that means there's
if you were racing professionally, what league would you be in?
Well, that is sort of a professional, like I could be doing bronzes.
Well, if you're pacing them, would you be able to then do silver or gold probably though?
It's all your expectation of how fast you are increases as you go up. So bronze is like, for me, I could get a start in a bronze with a 338, with a 3, and then to get into a silver, you need to be running 335. To get into a gold, you need to be running like 333.
But you're pacing the bronze anyways.
Yeah, pacing is a little bit different because that's more like if your manager can connect you and get you in somewhere.
But to be able to pace a bronze, you'd have to be pretty good though. That's what I'm getting at.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like
you'd almost have to be silver level to go down a level to pace those guys because pace is faster than everyone else, aren't they typically?
But you don't go as far. So that's why.
Oh, okay.
So
Sorry,
I
that's
only
where
went. Yeah, no, that's okay. You only go. So he requested me to do 900 meters
out of the 1500.
Out of the 15, because I didn't want to go and do a full race because I had the World Unis the week after.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a primer. Like I could have done an 800 race, but then like I would have been really exhausted. So it was better for me to do a
900 at 1500 pace.
At 1500 pace, because then I could feel what the pace is like for the race upcoming. It would be quicker than probably the World Uni pace. But it was a good way and earn some money.
Quicker than the World Uni pace.
Yeah, because so when I was at World Unis, which is where I went to next, that was a really tactical heat.
Yeah, okay. We talked about this last time. There's a lot of tactics in the 1500.
Yeah, typically at the pro meets where it's like a bronze or whatever, they're not running tactically.
They're just trying to get a fast time.
They're trying to get a fast time and then win some money on the side of that. But then at championships, it's very different. So in championships, you don't have paces, which is the key difference. And that meant that the first 800 meters of the World Unis 15 was very slow. And then it basically, I knew that would be the case. It was pretty much the case for all of the heats. They were all won in about 3:44, which is off my PB pace. But basically the last 400 meters, the guys that got through the heat ended up running about 51 seconds. So my PB for the 4 is 50. So you pretty much have to run at your 400 PB pace
at the
after
end of
doing
1500.
1100 meters.
And that's kind of where
That's where I unfortunately missed out and getting to the final because I just didn't have the leg speed to get through. But I mean, like the people that I was versing were all the guys that were in my heat ended up, the guy who won the overall, won the final. Then the couple other guys that got through the heat came 3rd overall and 5th and 8th. So I had a stacked heat.
Yeah.
Which was like, I mean, there's nothing you can do about it. Like,
how many heats were there?
3.
And you had 1st, 3rd, 5th, 8th. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically it was
So you had half of the top 8 in one of the 3 heats.
pretty much, I came 6th in my heat. And it was automatic qualifiers. So the top 4 from each heat got through into the final.
And then what happens for you?
I was out. So,
Okay.
yeah.
It's sore subject, but what's that like? Going to Europe, doing all of this in anticipation and not making it through the first heat on a time that's not your PB.
So the 1500 and the 5K, it's very standard that you're not going to run a fast time in a championship. Like that's kind of an expectation. You're not going to run anywhere near your PB. So I wasn't annoyed at all that I ran a slow time because I closed in about 52.
Yeah.
Which is
2 seconds off your 400 PB.
Yeah, probably closed in 53. I don't know, something like that. But it's a very different expectation to when you're in a fast race. What I was really happy was I executed a really good plan. I pretty much, after the first 400 meters, got up near the front, and then with a bell lap to go, so 400 meters left, I was on the shoulder of first place, which is like the perfect spot to be. You don't want to lead these races in the mid stages. You want to basically take the lead anywhere from 400 to 200 to go. And that's the best spot because then you can like sit in behind someone, let them take the wind, and then kick around them. So then I ended up leading from about 300 to 200 to go. So I was like really happy with how I was going. And then all of a sudden I just started to like, I reckon I was slowing, but at the same time, all these other guys were just kicking way faster than I could kick. And then they all overtook me in the last 100. So, but I mean like, yeah, going into the World Unis, I had an expectation that I was like, right, make the final and then look for medaling. But then it turned out that the field that was at World Unis was really good. Like we didn't know what it was going to be until the start list got released. And when we saw the start list, I figured out I was ranked 18th in the comp. So I already knew, all right, only 12 going to the final. It's going to be a hard ask, but we'll give it a crack. And there was 20 guys sub 340 for the 15. So I was like 18th out of 20 of sub 340 runners. So I knew, and there was like 3 guys with 332, which is a world champs qual. They were all professional at uni.
Yeah.
So like you can't be disappointed.
And it all came down to the kick in the last 100 meters.
It was all in the kick in the last 200. Yep.
So
pretty much. And that's where the race was won and lost.
How do you deal with that as a person on like a person level?
I mean, it was tough. As soon as I finished the race, I was super positive about the fact that I executed a good plan, which my coach got for me. So I was really happy. I was not nervous at all before the race. I had prepared perfectly. Everything was right. And that's what the good thing that I did 4 races before World Unis meant that I had rehearsed my race day plan, my pre-race plan. So, and even how I execute races. I did some bad executions. I did some good executions when I was practicing. So I had a good idea going in, and I was really happy with how I executed. It just so happened that on the day there was people better. And at the end of the day, there's not much you can do about that. So I kind of
held your chin up.
Yeah. I mean, it was tough when watching the actual final. Like,
because you knew you would have been able to do well on it.
Well, it's more just like, you know, you can see in front of you what could have been. And and that was tough. But I mean, like the team was really great. So I just kind of got behind everyone else and was like, look, you know, I'm here for another 6 days, because basically the thing that sort of sucked was my race was on the second day and there was still 7 more days to go.
From the Aussie team.
Yeah. So like you kind of
How many people went in the Aussie team for the uni games?
It was the biggest they've ever had. It was like 60 or so.
Oh, that's quite a few.
So Australia ended up winning.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
So that was good. I mean, I didn't have anything to do with that because it was only the top 8 point scorers that counted to winning.
Congratulations to us,
Yeah.
Australia.
So yeah, no, that was really good.
How often are the uni games? Sorry.
Every 2 years. So I'll be able to do the next one.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Can you do the next one?
No, I can do the next one. It's in South Korea.
Will you do the next one?
I will hopefully do it. Yeah.
Do you want to?
Absolutely. Mate, I've got unfinished business there.
It would be really awesome to see, and I'm touching wood, you get a podium finish there and this just becomes a stepping stone in that journey.
That'd be lovely, mate. Yeah.
I'm rooting for you.
I mean, hopefully the thing that is good about being in South Korea is, I mean, potentially less people will come because...
And you like that?
Well, I mean, it's good for getting a medal. I don't like it in the sense that you want to be racing against the best. So like, because it was in China a couple of years ago and no one really came. And that's where I kind of set my expectation.
More people go to South Korea than China though, just politically.
True. So, well, I'd rather it be a deep competition because like that's what I had over there. It was 20 other sub 340 runners. I've never had that before. Never had that sort of depth in a competition like that. Because in Australia, like at the Nationals, I made the final, my first final, which was great. But like the depth isn't there. There's some really elite guys, but then there's no one in the kind of 340 to 337 region.
What was the time for the final heat for the 1500 that won the uni games?
Well, it was like 340 something. Like it was slow.
Tactical.
Yeah, the final was even slower than the heats. But that's pretty standard. Like I think the winner closed in 50. So like it's a different type of racing and it leans itself. The runners who are an 800 based are always going to be able to do better at that because they've got better speed.
Because I was going to say, well, if and I don't want to like be blunt in terms, but if the pitfall of your race was the kick at the end, is there a way you can train for that so that next time that doesn't happen?
I mean, I don't really know. I kind of just follow the process I've been doing.
But is there any specific things you can train for getting a faster kick at the end of races, or is that just kind of like you just got to be primed for it?
Yeah, it's a tough one. Like the way that athletics 1500s are going at the moment, everyone closes quick. The only way to get better at closing quick is by having more fitness to then get to that point that when you need to start that kick, you're fresher.
Would your speed as well come into that though? Like your top speed?
A little bit. I think it's still like 1500s is 20% speed. 80% have you got the engine to get you to the point where you need to start sprinting.
Yeah, okay.
So it's all about like how far can you get off your fitness before you like start feeling fatigue.
Yeah. I saw you recently won City of Surf as well.
Thank you. Yeah, I did.
Congratulations.
Thanks. I was a bit upset. There was no prize money.
Like last time when you won it last year.
Yeah, there was prize money last year. I wouldn't have actually raced this year at all if I didn't know there was prize money.
How much was the prize money last year?
It was 500. So nothing much, but like
the day's work.
It's still a good amount of money to earn in 12 minutes. So that was good. But then there was no need for me to race really. The only reason was the money. So I would have preferred to just train and not race. But I know there's prize money for Perth Running Festival. There's $1,000 for the 10K. So
you're going to try to win the 10?
Yeah, I'll try and win the 10.
What's your PB for the 10K? Because that's actually something that a distance I've run and looked at the time of before. I've never tried to run a 1500.
Yeah, I've done
sub 40?
I've done one. I ran a cross country race last year.
Could you just do me a favor and move the jug a tiny bit that way?
Oh, yeah. I ran
Thanks very much, sir.
Cross country race last year in 30:30. So I'd really like to go
sub 40. Sorry, I should have said sub 30.
No, that's right. I reckon anything under 20, like under 30 would be great.
We'll win the running festival as well.
Should do. But really aim for like 29:30 would be great. Anything under that is good. Then I could call myself somewhat of a 10K.
What pace is that?
Well, 30 minutes is 3-minute pace. So if I can
Sorry.
hold 3-minute pace and then kick down in like 250, then I'd like.
As a casual runner, hearing a 10K at 3-minute pace is nuts. As a casual runner who will just like run slower than that every day for just normal run.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. I'm not going to like it because I don't run 10Ks.
I don't even think I could hold 3-minute pace for 1K.
Yeah, I mean, it would be interesting. I don't normally run that fast.
So you got to be careful not to get injured and load properly.
Well, more so, I got to be careful not to blow up. So there might be a tendency that I want to pick it up halfway through the race, but I've just got to conserve. So I'm probably going to run it more tactically than go and just like smash myself.
Lessons learnt from uni games.
Yeah, so it will be good. But pretty much I'm not racing track until the new year. So
Really? Not October?
no, because, well, going back to my point before, when I finished last season in Europe, as in just gone by, that was in August, was my last race. And I started track in October. So next year, I'll start in the new year. And then I can actually keep going into the Europe season.
And you'll go to Europe next year?
Presumably, if I can be running fit.
And that would
then
just
I'll go.
be like racing in the leagues then, as opposed to a uni games.
Yeah, there's no uni games next year. What there is Com Games, which is the only that's the only big team.
But that's outside of uni. That's Australian
Yeah.
Open.
Yeah.
So the goal's to go Com Games next year?
That's a stretch goal.
What time would you have to run for that? Or are you trying to do it in the 3K?
This is what will be different is I'm going to switch to the steeplechase for a bit.
How far's steeple?
So it's a 3K.
Okay.
So
the word steeple's just...
Yeah. So
What's
basically,
steeple mean?
steeplechase is pretty grueling. It's got 30 odd barriers that you have to jump over. And then so there's like 6 or 7, I can't remember.
So it's like hurdles.
There's
Is it hurdles?
yeah, pretty much, but they're all solid. So they don't move. So every 100 meters, you start the race and then 200 meters in, there's a hurdle. It's about the height of a tennis net for context. And you got to jump over it.
Do you like jumping?
I've never done it.
But that's what you want to do?
I'm switching. There's a bit of funding through Athletics Australia and there's more chance of me making an Australian team if I'm in the steeple.
But is that what you want to be in, Max?
Long term, 1,500. But sometimes you got to be smart.
Is there 3K track events as well? Just 3K run?
Yeah.
So would you try and do that as well then?
Yeah.
Or just steeple?
I've run 3K. Like my range is 800 to 5K.
Or is this tactically just for the uni games? I mean, the Commonwealth Games, just the steeple. But then in general, you'd do 1,500 and 3Ks as your main.
I'd probably try and make a team in the steeple because there's less people doing it.
Could you make it in multiple?
No, you can't really do steeple and 15 or steeple and 5K.
What about steeple and 3K?
They don't run 3K at major championships. So I will be going to Canberra in a month to learn how to steeple.
With the AIS?
Yeah.
Very cool.
So that would be pretty cool. First time going there. And
mate, I'll tell you, I've been there, I think, 3 or 4 times.
Yep.
I want to say 4, but it's, 4. I'm pretty sure 4 times for like training camps for polo. Mate, that place is Alcaraz. Like, especially in winter.
Yeah.
It's just like cold. It's a prison. You got to have key cards to get into every building.
Yeah.
It's not a nice.
It's all
not
for
a
me to
nice
figure
place.
out.
It's not a nice place. I remember someone from our year that went to Canberra University and they were trying to hype up Canberra to me when they got back. I'm like, nah, man, that place is a hole.
Well, fortunately, I'm only there for 3 days.
Good. You don't want to be longer than
that. So no, it would be good. Like they'll teach us like all the mechanics of hurdling, which I've never.
Oh, so there's a group of you going over or coming together?
Basically, they got together all the runners who have run under 345 for the 15 who want to, and there'll be a group of us. So quite a few people that I was at World Unis with, they'll also be doing it. So I'll be able to see all of them again, which will be great. And we'll learn how to steeple. They're also going to do some testing on like my VO2 max. So that would be really great.
I got a question. If you were to try and qualify for the 1,500 or 5K Like, would you do it, or is that too much of a stretch, which is why you're going to the steeple at this point in your career?
Yeah, there's too many, like, I mean, we'll see. I might have a really good season next year in the 1500. I'd hope so. But there's
Like, if that goes well, then your priorities could switch.
potentially, but there is so much depth in the 1500 right now in Australia. So there was 4 people that qualified for the World Champs this year. And the guy who missed out was the Commonwealth Games champion from 3 years ago. So if someone like him's missing out, you know, it's pretty cutthroat. The other thing is there's about 3 other guys who just missed out who have got PBs like 4 seconds better than me. And then there's a few guys who have been injured who used to be like at the elite level. So they'll be coming back. Plus then there's about 4 other guys at my ability. And there's guys coming up who are a bit slower but are getting better. So there is a lot of depth right now in the 15.
Good for Australia, I guess.
Great for Australia. So I'll still be doing it long term, but I think I'll get a lot out of doing the steeple, like strength wise, mentally. It's a
engine, because it's longer than the 1500.
Yep. I'll be doing probably more 5K based training than 1500 based training, because the 3K steeple, because you'll have to jump, it's quite taxing on your body.
You're going to hit some leg days in the gym.
There'll be a lot more strength training.
Some plyometric training.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. There'll be a lot of hurdle training as well.
What's it called? Where you have the trap deadlift bar, trap bar
deadlift.
And you jump with it.
Yep. I've done a few of them in the past. But I'm really excited, honestly. Like, I think it would be great trying something new. It's kind of like getting to a point in your sporting career and then getting told like, all right, you got to switch now to something that you've never done before. And it's kind of scary, kind of exciting, but
then long term, the plan would be to come back to uni games the year after and race the 1500 in South Korea.
I'd love to do the 15 and 5K, do the double.
Both in South Korea.
In South Korea.
And take home both.
Give it a crack. But I'm pretty excited about it. It'll be a lot of fun trying steeple. It is a bit scary because I've seen some horrific injuries in steeple. Like people snap their Achilles.
Oh mate,
one guy who's like pretty good in Australia, he did a steeple and he fell off a barrier, and then as he was falling, someone else jumped over the barrier. As they were landing, the spike on his shoe cut through his face, and the guy nearly lost his eye and now has a permanent scar about probably 15 centimeters down his face. So
why are you watching this, mate, if you're about to start doing it?
I know I need to know what is possible, because
no, mate, that's
I need
Murphy's
to set
law.
my expectation. But there's also, when I was in Europe, I watched a few steeples.
And they were injury free?
Well, I didn't see any injuries, but I saw some pretty horrific crashes. Like I saw this particular women's race where there was probably about 20 people in the race, and they all went over the water jump at the same time, pretty much. And one girl pretty much hinged off the hurdle, face plant into the water, tries to get up.
Is there water
falls
in
over
steeple
again.
chases?
Yeah, there's.
I keep talking, but I'm going to search up a photo of this so I can.
So there's a water pit.
I've never heard of steeple before.
Yeah. So all the normal hurdles.
Is it spelled STEEPLE?
Yeah. Chase at the end. And basically all the normal hurdles you fully clear, and then all the water jumps you step onto the barrier and then leap off over the water jump.
Oh, so it's kind of like a
horse race where they jump over hurdles and stuff.
So you're going to have wet shoes.
Yeah, you'll be running with wet shoes. But the thing is, the water jump pit is quite deep. So if you fall immediately next to the barrier, you end up just swimming in water. Like we literally saw a girl fall into the water.
I don't know if the camera's picking up with the brightness, but
I've gone onto a different page now.
Oh,
I'll get it up on the.
I'll put it up on the screen for the listeners. But so, like, when you're in that little pit of water, are you running through that as well?
Well, so you aim to jump as far as you can,
so you don't have to run.
So you're not in the water. Well, it's more like you're going to have everyone gets 1 foot in the water.
What a niche race!
Yeah, it's going to be good.
And Australia's putting funding into it. You're saying
so? There's like there was no one in the Australian team that went to the World Unis.
Is it a big event in Europe?
Yeah, it's big in Europe, but there's no one in Australia doing it really. Like there's a few, but at World Unis there was no
All the photos are of the chicks doing it. There's not many of the guys.
They're there. A lot of them are Africans. They're all very good. It's like Kenya and they've dominated it for years.
No, that's cool. It's actually pretty cool.
It is cool. So it's going to be a good challenge.
It makes me interested in watching one of these to see what it's like just from talking about it.
Oh, when I do my first in Perth, I'll let you know where it is and come down and have a look.
Mate.
Because it will be quite humorous to watch me do it my first time.
It'd be interesting to set up. How do you set that up on the track?
They've all tracks have got a pit built in and then they fill it with water.
And it's just one per lap?
Yeah, one per lap. So you end up doing, I think 6 or 7. I can't remember which one. But so
the more you know.
Yeah. So it will be a lot of fun, a bit scary.
All right.
But yeah.
Running sponsors.
Yeah.
What's that looking like? How are you going there?
Close. Yeah. I know that there's people above me in the Oz rankings that the next above me are sponsored or are talking to sponsors. And then 2 people up from them, they are sponsored. So
who do you want?
Oh.
Don't say anyone. You got to look at the camera and tell the camera who you want. We'll make it happen.
I'll take who my manager and coach suggest.
And who do they suggest?
Don't know. I haven't heard.
What are some of the brands sponsoring the athletes? Nike, Reebok, like who are they?
Yeah, Reebok's not really involved.
That's more of a CrossFit Games.
I'd say
Brooks?
No, yeah, a little bit.
I've been running Brooks lately. I like the support in them.
Yeah. Nike, Asics, Adidas, On, Puma, Brooks.
Who do you like? Who do you wear right now?
Well, I only wear Nike pretty much. So
Nike?
Maybe.
If you're a Nike ambassador in Australia, look at this guy and give this man a sponsorship. He's going to win the World Uni Games in South Korea in 2027.
We'll see.
Give him the contract.
Yeah. So,
well, mate, you're doing some public facing. You're getting your name out there.
Yeah. No, it's been good. I mean, back to your previous question about why would I go and race after World Unis? It was mainly to try and run a time that would then help me get some gear.
Yeah, cool. So what type of time do you need to be running to get the gear?
Pretty much, I used to hear 3:38, but Aths has got a bit better now. They call it trackflation is the term. There's just crazy ability everywhere now.
So it'd be like a 3:36?
I believe it's around 3:36, 3:37 for my age.
And your PB's 3:39?
3:38.
3:38.
So I know it's close. I'm just I don't really talk about it too much because I just go, it will happen. It will happen when it happens. And I just got to keep my head down, keep working. And yeah, just try and go my own for a bit. I mean, fortunately, I work at an engineering company and they paid for me to go to World Unis.
Cool.
So that was really great. So just kind of looking for the support where I can. Like I got some scholarship funding at the start of the year from an Australian athletics company.
Cool.
So that was great. And yeah, just try and do some, like I earned a bit of money in Europe running as well. So that helped me cover a few costs while I was there.
In terms of the off season that you're now in, what's that going to look like until the new year?
So pretty much week after week is exactly the same.
Just no races. That's the only
no
difference.
Racing apart from the Perth Running Festival. There's also another race, an elimination mile that UWA host, which is a lot of fun.
You won that last year, didn't you?
I did. I won that in a very interesting way. So one person per lap was eliminated, and I decided to go as hard as I could at the start and not be in the conversation about who's eliminated. So I was leading by about 80 meters after the second lap, and they were squabbling behind trying to, sprint
and do the tactics.
And do the tactic. And I was like, nah, fuck that. I'm getting out of the way. To my detriment, I ended up only just winning, and I was like hobbling to the finish line. I was full of lactic. I ended up being passed out for about 50 minutes after that race. And they wanted to call an ambulance because I was so cooked. Like you get like that when you push your body really hard at the start of the race, and then your body gets filled with lactic acid, and then you just get you just can't move, basically. So I fell across the finish line.
That pain.
It was good, but I nearly lost it. So
what are you going to do this year? The same tactic?
probably the same, but just not as stupid. I think I did the first 800 of that race in 1:53, which at the time was about like 3 seconds off my PB for 800. And then I still had another.
How many laps
800
was
to go. It was 4 laps. It was a mile.
So there's 4 people in the race.
There was 6 of us. 8 of us, I think.
So then wouldn't it be 8 laps if one gets eliminated every lap?
No, so they eliminated. No, there's always like 4 left in the last lap or something.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So each lap, if you were the last person, they'd pull you off.
Makes sense.
But it was a cool concept. Ended up getting a little bit of prize money, which was great. And so I'll do that again this year. But yeah, pretty much my training at the moment has all changed recently from what I was doing.
Your double runs training?
Yeah, it's changed now in the way I do. I do more sessions per week and less easy jogging. And
so it's harder.
In a way, but I've found the way that I'm doing it now, I'm getting more recovery time. I do a supplement with a bit of cross training now. So the Savo, I'll go on the bike for 40 minutes rather than run for 40 minutes.
Bit of Pilates.
I did do Pilates last year. I've stopped.
That was for a different reason.
Yeah, that was.
I remember.
But no, now I'm loving my training.
Cool.
And I've got to love it because it's the same for the next 4 months.
Same for the next few years, mate. How old are you when you peak in your track career? What's the age? It's like late 20s, isn't it?
Yeah, it could be late 20s, could be early 20s. It's so mixed now. There's so many different abilities out there. But yeah, pretty much once I hit the new year, then I'll start racing. I potentially will go over east and do some domestic track races, which will be great. And then nationals next year.
And this is in 1500 or steeple?
There'll be a couple of steeple races. So I've got to do a couple.
But you'll still be doing your...
Still do some 15s, maybe some 8s, maybe a 5. I don't really know. My coach will figure that out. But yeah, that would be cool. And then if I'm all going well, go to Europe again and just have endless summers basically.
That would be sweet. And just
that's pretty much the lifestyle.
Do as many, I guess, pacing events as you could to make as much money as possible over there.
Yep. If I go to Europe next year, hopefully that would be what I could do.
Just do one a week, mate.
There are people that do that.
€1,000 a week.
There's people that do them for the diamond leagues and they earn.
But do you have to hit the
money.
Time to get paid? Or is it like you do
you
it?
Pretty much, as I was saying before, it's all reputation. So if you stuff it up, like really stuff it up, you won't get asked back.
Yeah, but do you still get paid?
Not necessarily.
You have to hit the time to be paid?
You have to do a good enough job in the eyes of the meet director to get paid. So it's like when you see him afterwards, if he says well done, then you know you'll be all right. So
Is that what happened last time? You got
yeah, I looked him. I went up to him and said thanks for having me here, and he was like, "Well done, great job." So yeah, no, it's a cool thing pacing because you get to be at the front. You get the attention for a little bit, which is great in a really good race. Whereas normally in that kind of a race, I'd be sat at the back. So it's cool. It's a good experience.
Something I ask every guest now.
Yeah.
Tombstones. When you die, you get a tombstone with limited character space. You maybe get 1 or 2 phrases.
Yeah.
What would you want on your tombstone, Max?
1 or 2 phrases.
Mate, you know what I mean. You know, like when you see a tombstone, it's like, was a beloved father, or he fully lived, or whatever it is, whatever you want.
Well, I've always liked doing different things, as in always on an adventure to be good at something. Like I used to want to be a professional musician. So that was my goal, leaving high school, to become a professional classical instrument player. And
now you're just a track superstar.
Well, and then I discovered the running love, and I was like, I really want to be great at that. And running career won't last forever, so there'll be something new. There'll be, want to do really good at engineering or something else that I don't know of yet. So I don't know. I've loved just trying to set a goal and just try and achieve it.
So how would you phrase that? How would you want to put that on your tombstone?
Maybe all for the endeavor.
All for the endeavor.
Yep.
He was all for the endeavor. I like that. That's nice. I had one this morning, and it was like a...
You could caption the podcast with that, mate.
All for the endeavor. I'll put it on the thumbnail for you. All for the endeavor, Max Shervington. I was going to put it on Uni Games or something.
Do all for the endeavor, mate.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, you don't have to if you don't want to, but
It was like he was a crazy, relentless, honest bastard. That was this morning's one. See, they get niche. Some people go, he was Candia. It's like he fully lived because he wants to inspire others.
Yep.
And people to know that he gave life a crack.
Yep.
Because he's recently lost a lot of weight and is
yeah,
doing really well.
no, I heard a bit of that.
Yeah, it's good to hear what people want on them. I get such a range of answers.
Yeah. I don't know. There's just something about,
I like the wording.
yeah, just short.
All for the endeavor. Nice.
I don't know. It's more just like the experience along the way. Like going to the World Unis was really cool because I met so many people that I would never meet before. Like I met sprinters on the Australian team that I would never interact with because normally I don't train with sprinters. And like the life we had living in the World Unis camp for a week and a half was like literally just train, play cards, sleep, eat. No. Locked in, mate. Locked in. So yeah, like that was a lot of fun and doing all the racing leading up to World Unis. Like it's not just about doing World Unis at the end, like, and not racing at all. It's all about everything you learn along the way.
journey.
Yeah. I mean, like I feel like I was able to improve my like understanding of how to train, how to prepare.
I think most
on that
importantly,
journey.
did you enjoy the trip?
Oh, I loved it, man.
Well, that's the most important
Yeah.
thing, I guess.
Yeah.
Because you got to be enjoying what you're doing with your life.
Oh, it was cool. Like I've on my Strava heat maps, I can see all the places I've gone in all these different countries, which is really cool.
All right. Where can everyone find you? Plug your Strava, plug everything that you want people to see. What's coming up? What's
no one
next?
can see me on Strava anymore. I'm private.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Why?
It's all hush hush, mate.
So you don't want anyone following? You got to build a personal brand though, don't you? If you want to get a sponsorship?
I don't know. I think it's better for me to be able to just keep my training to myself because if I have other people seeing it, that can affect how I train because I might go, oh shit, I haven't run in a few days. People are going to think that I'm unfit right now. But it's just me listening to my body and going, all right, I don't need to run right now because I'm maybe feeling a bit tired.
You don't need to post every day and keep updates. Just like whenever you do a race or something, like nice photo finish or like a little training montage once a month. Like build a personal brand so then like sponsors can see that like you have a presence in the scene, not just running wise, but sponsor wise. Because you'd be surprised how many people get sponsored in random shit because they have a social media presence without actually being talented at stuff. Like, look at me once I get a sponsorship for the podcast.
Yes. Well, I mean, on Instagram, I'll post if I have a good race. Just like, I don't know, I don't want to be putting stuff out there all the time and getting annoying.
Yeah, of course.
But like when I have a good race, I will just put a story up, put a post up, because it's like, it's a good
your
feeling.
career, and if it does help you make money,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it'll get you towards your goal of a sponsorship.
Yeah. But I kind of see a value in just kind of working on my, working
the
quietly.
mystique.
Yeah.
The mystique of being incognito.
I've learnt that from people around me that being a bit quiet can be really good because
Are they sponsored?
yeah.
Okay.
So it's not necessary because professional runners aren't influencers. Some of them are, but you don't have to be. Yeah. You don't have to be an influencer. You might do better, but you don't have to be. And I just want to get good at the craft. And I think, mate, watching the F1 movie, you seen that one?
I have.
It's all noise. All the social media stuff. That's what he says. That's what he says to the young buck.
Brad Pitt.
Yeah. He says it's all noise, mate, because he's doing photo shoots when he's coming last and, getting all caught up in it, in the drama of social media, and he's not performing well. And I see a lot of value in that messaging of just work. Just do the work and it will come. And don't get caught up in all of the media side of things because it's not the true story of what's going on.
Unless it's a podcast, of course.
Of course. This is different though. So, I think there's a time and a place to be.
Wicked. So no shout outs for the socials then. Do you want me to put anything in the description at all? Are you happy, like no links?
Nah, don't worry about it. Oh, you can put my Instagram handle.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
But so I think it's good. I'm really happy with just chipping away at the moment. I've gone to part-time uni now, so I'm really just giving running a good crack.
Well, work, uni, and running is a big.
Yeah, I
There's
mean,
a
it
lot
was
on your
bigger
plate.
when I was full-time uni. I've got a lot of free time at the moment in the middle of the day, which the life I had in Europe was spare time in the day.
Are you still working?
Yeah, still working, but only like 2 days a week.
Yeah, nice.
When I finish uni for the semester, I'll go up to 3 or 4. But I like to keep, I've got 2 big session days in the week.
Yeah.
So I like to keep them just session and rest for the day. So it's a good lifestyle. I'm basically trying to copy what I had in Europe.
Well, at least you're going to be fit and healthy as well. That's
Pretty
just
much.
that's just a bonus on the side, you know?
It's like you could do all these things, but you don't want to be average at it. If you want to really be great, you have to actually give a certain level of commitment to it. And me going to part-time, me not earning as much money through working like and grinding and putting my, body in through hell by, waking up really early to run to then get to work. It's that sacrifice now I've made, knowing that, all right, I'm chasing a dream. If I want to get there, I have to actually like pull back a bit on other things and really give that more. So
I love it.
That's kind of-
it's essentialism,
yeah,
concept.
yeah. So I think it will be good just being a bit more focused on running. It's probably become a bit too much my personality now, but I see people that I haven't seen in years and they're going, oh, how's the running?
Max, there's nothing wrong with what you do becoming your personality if you love doing it.
Absolutely. So I have no problem. Like I'm super happy. I've got some great training partners now. So no, it's all pretty good.
Well, would you say my personality is a podcaster?
Yes and no. I think it's just a chill bloke doing some podcasting.
Well, that's the thing. It's the Crooked Smile podcast. It's just a conversation. It's
Exactly.
authentic,
Exactly.
not picture perfect. It's just people's lives.
Yeah, that's it.
Mate, thanks so much for your time again.
No, cheers.
I think it would make a lot of sense and be right to have you on again after the Commonwealth Games when you go steeple and win that.
That's a long shot. But maybe I'm going to try and there's the Oceania Championships next year in Darwin. So that would be really good.
Having you on in off seasons to talk about the previous seasons are cool.
I think that's a good idea. Have me on next season.
In the off season.
In the
just post.
Pre-season for the next season. I'm sort of in pre-season now. So I've had off season. That was 3 days.
Yeah. Well, you know what I mean. Like just post like the main season to recap it.
Mate, the footy boys have it crazy good of an off season.
Yeah. I have a pretty good off season as well. It's 12 months a year
Yeah.
when it comes to athletes.
So no, have me on next time. I'd love to come back on.
Next off season.
Yep. And just
Sweet.
show you how I'm going.
Mate,
You good?
I guarantee you'll be doing well.
Cheers, mate.
Thanks for your time. Really loved
Cheers,
it.
mate.
Awesome.
Sweet.